Okay, so this is a video tour of my small N-scale layout. I'll just talk to you a little bit about the construction and the theme of the layout. So the layout is 21.5 inches wide by 35.5 inches long, so slightly under 2 by 3 feet. It's constructed on a frame of 1 by 3s with a layered foam base. There's no plywood underneath, making it lighter and easier to move. It uses Kata Unitrack, which on this layout has a max radius of 9 3/4 inches and a minimum radius of 8.5 inches. I'm using a Prodigy Express 2 DCC system. I wanted to be able to have sound locomotives, so this relatively cheap DCC system seemed appropriate for that. These two toggle switches here are for the turnout controls. These are double pole, double throw toggle switches, which power the two number 6 turnouts that I have on the layout. This layout was inspired by Steve from Steve's Trains on YouTube. I highly recommend you check him out. He does great work. The track plan is very similar. The only difference between my track plan and his is obviously mine's slightly larger than his micro layout, which some of you may be familiar with. His measures 17 inches by 30 inches. And therefore he had to use a number 4 compact turnout for one of his turnouts on the layout. I was able to use two number 6 turnouts on my layout. So there's an upper level here, which is the, I guess, sort of downtown district. I'm using 2 of the Merchants Row kits for the city buildings. And this gas station is a 3D printed kit that I got off of eBay. This kit here is the Goodnight Mattress Factory, which actually represents a bottling plant on my layout. And then that kit in the corner is the Sicken Tire Company. And these 2 buildings here are actually buildings that I pieced together from pieces of another kit I bought at a train show and was originally going to use and decided not to. So I disassembled it, stripped the paint, and decided to use some of the pieces to create some backdrop buildings. I forgot to mention the Sicken Tire Company and then this backdrop building here represent a bakery complex. So the 2 rail-served industries are the bakery and the bottling plant. The overall layout is meant to be, I guess, a small New England town. Maybe something you might find in southern or central Vermont, or even perhaps parts of upstate New York. Possibly even western Massachusetts or parts of New Hampshire. It's very simple. It's more of an experiment for me to learn new techniques, things I'd never done before, never really explored, such as building kits. I never really had done that before until this layout. Other things such as detailing roads and stuff such as that. There's just various scenes here on the layout. There's some deer over here in the corner. Various things happening in the downtown district. There's a small concession trailer over there. A couple people lined up to get some pizza. This down here by the trees is an old foundation of a building that was once there. Just a little bit of rubble. Kind of represents something different. And this big gravel lot is for the bottling plant. I'm hoping to get more trucks to put in there at some point. In terms of locomotives and rolling stock, since this layout is rather small, 4-axle locomotives are most appropriate, such as this Alco S2. I also have a GP38-2 up on the shelf. For the rolling stock, for the industries, specific to the industries, the bottling plant, for example, receives corn syrup tank cars, which are currently being pulled by the S2. And then it ships out box cars of completed products, various drinks and sodas. The bakery complex receives covered hoppers. There's one kind of tucked away in the corner there. And then it ships out final products in refrigerated box cars or reefers. I kind of imagine them creating, frozen dough, bread dough that they ship out. Could be other things as well. But that's pretty much it. It's nothing too fancy. It's a small layout, practice layout. I plan on doing something much bigger in the future. Don't know when in the future, but at some point in the future. But for now, this is what I have. It works. It was a lot of fun to build. I still have a few things here and there I need to do, a few little details, but for the most part, it is, I guess, as fully completed as it can be. I don't know if you can consider a layout ever fully completed. I'd sure like to add as much detail as I can to this layout, kind of tell a story with it. Leave a comment below, hit the like button. Appreciate any feedback, any tips. Point out anything you liked, didn't like. It's fine by me. Thanks for watching.